Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Grey. Today I'm going to show you how to adjust your extractor if you're having any extractor problems or failure to feed and so forth. And especially if you're in the field, this is going to be a little bit easy for you to do if you don't have all the tools. So let's get started here. So the first thing you want to do is find you a pin punch or a pin or something small, pin wise, 3/32 if you can. So what you're going to do is you're going to push down on your firing pin, and at the same time pull out with your pin, and I'm hoping the light can get me here in the camera. And you're going to pull that firing pin stop out, and as you feel it come out, you'll feel the firing pin hit your finger. Okay, again, if you're in the field, this is one of the best ways. And you'll see that the firing pin has hit my finger, and I'm going to slowly release the tension in the spring and let it come out. Okay, now it may take you a couple tries to do that, but again, if you have a pin, you'll feel it. As you go down, you're going to pull toward the bottom of the gun slowly, and when you feel it release, keep your finger there, slowly pull the firing pin out until the tension is all off. Once you've done that, there are several ways that you can remove your extractor. One of the ways that helps, because extractors are very difficult sometimes to get in, is I got this tool from 1018, which is a great company, by the way, and I push it in there to take the tension off of the extractor. Okay. Then once I do that, I'll just take a small flathead screwdriver if you have it. And what you want to do, and I'm hoping the camera again can get in here, just the very edge of your screwdriver, you want to pry up on that extractor, okay? And it should come out like that. Once it comes out, you should be able to pull it out with your hands. Now, of course, there's a lot of oil on this, and so it may take a little bit. I even take my screwdriver sometimes, and I'll get to the second level of the extractor, and I'll give it just a little bit more, and then it'll come out, okay? Now, once you've got the extractor out, rule of thumb is, again, what I've always been taught, is when you, and I'll show you in a minute once we get it completely back together, but if you're having issues, generally it means that your extractor is not tight enough in the gun. Now, keep in mind this one was. But if you're in the field, and you're able to make it this far in the field, the quickest way is take your extractor and put it down in the extractor hole, and I'll show you how here. So your extractor hook, which is here, put it straight down into the gun. That's the opposite, or it's 90 degrees from how it goes in the gun. Okay, you want to be here. You want to go down to about probably a ½ inch right there, down inside the extractor hole, and hold it right there. And then just take and just give it a bend. Just pressure, slight pressure. This is spring steel, so it's a little difficult, but you can bend it and give it a good pull and keep looking and see how much you've bent it. Again, you're in the field, and so you're trying to get your gun to extract. And so there are other ways to do it if you weren't in the field, but this video, the purpose of this video is to help you while you're out on the range shooting your gun. Okay? So once you do that, you're going to put the extractor back in. First thing you're going to do now, you're going to go straight down. I apologize here. You're going to go straight down with your extractor, with the extractor hook facing the left side. Okay. Now, because you've bent the extractor, it's going to be a little tight going in. Okay. So I take my thumb. If you have a small mallet hammer or some type of piece of rubber, hard rubber, you can just bump that extractor down. And then I will sometimes take my hammer and I will make sure that my extractor is clocked correctly. And in this particular case, it's still not clocked. So this particular extractor was already tight. And so I'm trying to show you guys how to adjust it. Now, what I'll do once I get the extractor in, and it doesn't always go perfect, trust me, as you can see right here, I had to try a couple of different things. Sometimes it'll be perfect. I like to take my firing pin stop and pre-fit it, okay? And there's a groove here, and if you've taken it apart this far, you've already seen that there's a groove there. So you want to just push your firing pin stop in there and make sure that it's going into the extractor slot correctly. You take your pin and pull it back out. Once I've done that, I then take my firing pin. I'll take my 3/32, and again, if you're not comfortable and you don't have safety glasses, you need to be wearing them. This part is a little bit funner, and I'm hoping the camera gets it. This part is a little bit more tedious than anything else that you've done. Once you get the firing pin lined up, hold it, take your firing pin stop. We've already pre-fitted. You're going to push it in against that pin. I'm going to come here for the camera. And as you push it in against that pin, you should be able to push past it. Okay, now we've got it started and it's tight because there's tension on it. I'm going to keep pushing. Now, if you get it to this point, the firing pin is not going to come out. Okay, and if it's still tight, you can push. I can push with my thumb now and get it to go all the way in, but you can take your same rubber mallet or the end of the mallet hammer and just give a little pop. It's going to go in there and your firing pin resets back up inside your firing pin stop. Okay, that's how you put the extractor back in the gun. Again, it's not going to go perfect every time. You may get a little frustrated. I get frustrated. I've been doing this a long time and I still get frustrated. But this is one of the simplest ways to field strip it out on the range. All right.